Yo, VIPs. Let's kick it. Hello, welcome to Thingamajigs, a racing channel. We're here with the Ultimate Racing League, the Tier 1 of their 5 leagues they run on a Sunday evening. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is the final round. This is the end. My dearest friend, the end. But where things end, new things begin. So keep an eye out for the new year, and we'll see what league we'll be covering next. But for now, here we are. It's the final round, and I've got to thank Dubby Energy Drinks for supplying us with such untold treasures. And again, thank you to Eldridge Air Conditioning for keeping our boots cool. We have cool boots here at the Ultimate Racing League in the commentary booth. You can hear my iPad. I'm trying to get the table up on my iPad right now. Right then, so the championship table so far after 9 rounds. Who's going up? Who's going down? Who knows? Anyone could. So we have Brisbane at the top of the table with 331 points. In second is Unforgiven on 218 points. Now, I am no master mathematician, but I don't think he's catchable, ladies and gents. I think it's a huge well done to Brisbane on being the crown of League One. And it's off to the League of Champions with you, good sir. And hopefully we'll see you blazing some podiums and wins out of that league. So it's about promotion now. We know who's won. It's about promotion. It's the top 3, I believe, go up. So it'll be Brisbane. Unforgiven looks very much likely. Niggle, though, is in third on 214 points, with Victor in fourth on 209 points. There are still drop points to take into consideration, but I do believe Niggle and Unforgiven do not need to drop any more points because they already have drop points during the season, but I don't believe Victor has. So 209 points, but he has dropped some. Paul is in fifth on 195 points, with the Love Rocket in 6th on 190 points. Then we have James and Stephen in 7th on 184 points. In 8th we have Inky. He's climbed up the table. He had a patch of rough times with his steering wheel, his brakes in particularly. And he's had a couple of good results now, and he's up and into the mid section of the table, way out of any kind of relegation problem. So Inky is in 8th on 145 points. Did I already say that? Then we have the Cashman. Seamus Cash is in 9th on 143 points. Then we have Slowpoke in 10th on 129 points. Then we have Stealth in 11th on 118 points. Hodgie in 12th on 116 points. Biggie in 13th on 104 points. Declan in 14th on 96 points. The Broadman is in 15th on 70 points. And Firepower is 16th on 65 points. And I must say, it does look bleak for Declan, Broad, and Firepower. Although, I mean, Biggie and Hodgie are still in danger there, so it's unknown still. But I am sure they are going to go to League 2 and absolutely own some butts. They're going to go there and they're going to take names and kick butts, and they don't need a pen. Excuse me. Who needs that? Right then, that's the table. Is there one for the... Oh, there is, you know. There's a team table as well. Racing in teams this season. 2 representatives in each league are representing 8 different teams. Now, At that table, there's a lot of numbers, okay? So at the top of that one, Napa. And that looks to me like that's wrapped up as well. So a big, huge well done to Napa with 2,086 points. AP Racing in second place on 1,593 points. But wait, Castrol third with 1,559 points. And over 5 leagues, that's still doable. Lucky Strike have moved themselves up to fourth now with 1,471 points. And fifth place for Valvoline with 1,400 points. Still nothing in it between Valvoline and Lucky Strike. Marlborough as well. Wow. In sixth on 1,399 points. Only 1 point off of Valvoline. And it's all touch and go in that for fourth place. Then West in seventh on 1,273 points. Still, nah, they're probably done now. And eighth for Falcon in 1,245 points. So the battle for last is still on between the West and Falcon teams. Still everything to fight for. I don't know actually how we're going to do the final results. I guess there'll be a proper show, usually on Mark's channel. If you'd like to follow Mark. If you go to URLs, Ultimate Racing League's Facebook, all of the commentators are always posting their videos on that page, so you'll easily find him. But yes, I don't mean to be. Look, I can find it. I don't know why I'm being so lazy. It's easily done, and then you'll know, and I don't feel like I'm doing him a disservice. Mark Wilson. There you go. That's the name of the channel, Mark Wilson. So if you look up Mark Wilson on YouTube, yeah, hopefully there'll be some sort of like podcasty kind of YouTube show that we can then do the all the results. We can do the big announcement of all the results, and then everyone will know who has gone up and who has gone down. And I probably imagine they'll announce what commentators are going to do what league. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. Right then, what else is there? I've got to tell you the grids. And I'm not busy doing something, I promise. I'm trying to post this video, okay? But then I'm all yours, and you know, come on, I can't do two things at once. Ask my wife. Right, so the grid, here we go. Brisbane on pole. Like I already said, there's the man, the legend, the myth. He is there, and he is on 331 points, which is way ahead of second place. And he's got, oh, I've got to tell you news. There's news, breaking news. This is going to be a short one. I know I've just taken ages to get here. But yeah, they tried to race Sunday evening. By lap 3 or something, the host disconnected for whatever reason or other. Rage quit? Nah, I don't think he did rage quit. I think it was an actual internet blocked out. And obviously everyone just then ended up in the Ethernet, they didn't end up on the track at Nürburgring. Oh, we're at Nordschleife 24 as well. Sorry, I'm all over the place. I'm still excited from the 1v1s that we did on Sunday evening. That was or anything. I'm not trying to get you to watch other things that I have done, but it is definitely worth a look in. And not because of me, because the racing was cracking, the format was cracking. It was a good time had by all. But anyway, so we're at Nordschleife. It's round 10 of the Ultimate Racing League, Tier 1. Missed all the vital information. They're all in BMWs. It's like a BMW Cup in group in the GR3 BMWs. Yeah, so they were racing, and the host disconnected. So this is only 3 laps of the Nordschleife. We're getting shortchanged, ladies and gentlemen. Fight the powers. I called for a full race, but they didn't want to do it because it's a hard track. No, it wasn't like that. How fair is it? How fair is it if you redo the whole thing when people have made their overtakes, people have done their business, and then they have to go back to grid position? So it was decided to run the rest of the race, which is only what they could save the replay of, obviously. So we get the second half of this race. Think of it like you were late in for the start of the race. There's been a safety car, so you get to see the last 3 races, okay? Right then. So up until this point on lap 4, it's Brisbane in the lead, not on pole. He's in the lead. I don't know who was pole. I assume Brisbane was on pole, but let's just say he's in the lead. In second place, we have Unforgiven, and he's second place in the championship, so he's got everything to still fight for here with Niggle breathing down his neck. In third place, Victor. Actually, safety car analogy doesn't work. I've just thought about that. It's a red flag. Let's call it a red flag because they've got new tyres on, haven't they? They haven't got the old tyres on that they were using for the first 3 laps. So it was a red flag, and now they've relined up and rolling start. That's how we'll do it. So Victor, is in third place. Don't forget, he's still fighting. He's still got a chance of promotion, and I haven't seen Niggle so far. So Victor, still everything to play for. The League of Champions is still on the table for Victor. In fourth place, it's only the Love Rockets. And yes, we've seen some great racing from the Love Rockets this season. And he's currently in 6th place and on 190 points. And I'm not sure Paul, who he's fighting for on 195 points, is here. So it looks like another championship position on the cards for our man Love Rocket Rods. In 5th place, it's Inky himself, the big mover at the end of the season. And yes, he's got chances of podiums here. But really, no promotion, no relegation. Everything's pretty safe for the Ink Meister. But yes, he's racing for the hits and the giggles. In 6th place, we've got the Cashman. Well, he's racing for Lucky Strike as well. What the hell, man? We need the team points. Cashman is in 6th place. And he's in a tight battle as well with Inky. He's only 2 points behind Inky in the table. So those two will be duking out for that 8th place in the championship. Here we go. I like to see 2 Lucky Strikes on the grid. And we have a Slowpoke here in 7th place. And I think his place is very safe. Extremely safe in the League One order. He shall be sharing racing with these guys next season, I am pretty sure. In 8th place, we have Stealth, who is down there. He is down there in the danger zone, although it looks like Firepower and Broad have got too much to do with no time to do it. So Stealth running 8th at the moment, ahead of his teammate Biggie, who ain't messing, ladies and gents. He ain't messing. And he's in 9th at the moment. He's actually in that relegation zone, so he's going to have to try and hope. Some people aren't here, and he has some good points at the end of the 3 laps. Then we have Firepower, and without Deck and C Broad in the house, he may be able to drag himself off of the bottom of the table and score some valuable points for Castrol. And his teammate, James Stephen, here in 11th place. Not where we're used to seeing him, but we are halfway through the race, so we don't know if something may have befouled him during the race. And that is why he is taking up the back row. Who knows? I should have asked, shouldn't I? I should have asked what happened in the race. So, without any much further ado, I believe it is time to go racing for the final time here in League One. Ladies and gents, brace yourselves. It's go time. So Brisbane are leading them over the line, as he has done many times this season. He's a pro, ladies and gents. He knows exactly what he's got to do. And already moving over to Unforgiven, having a look. And now they're going to go onto the GP track, I believe, before hitting the old school. Oh, whoa, wowzers. The Cashman getting very excited there. Inky dropping back into the Cashman, but Cashman now has got Slowpoke. Oh. And Love Rocket seems to have moved up. Who's moved down? No, Love Rocket was in 4th, was he not? Unforgiven then, keeping track of Brisbane in these early stages. I believe they're all on the soft tyres. And they should see him all the way. Slowpoke ahead of Cashman, Stealth, Biggie, James Stephen, Firepower slipped behind his teammate for now. Brisbane kicking up a bit of dust there with Unforgiven shadowing him all the way. And Victor as well, having big dreams. We've seen Victor in positions of nearly having wins this season, almost wins. Oh, and Inky's made the move on Love Rocket Rods. And Inky definitely wants to keep his 8th place. And leaving Slowpoke behind there. Cashman in 7th. Then we've got Stealth ahead of Biggie. Biggie having a look at Stealth Man. And he gets that move done. Biggie ain't messing. And Stealth Man then closing in to stop James Stephen coming through. Was that a teammate thing there? And James Stephen having a look now at Stealth. And Stealth just come off of racing the 1v1s before coming into this lobby. So fatigue may have something to do with it there. And James Stephen now coming onto the old track is looking very fighty. Oh, Inky's up to 3rd, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, where the hell, what befell Victor? My good golly gosh. So Victor is right there in Unforgiven's chuff. Just seems to go a bit wide, didn't he? Just went a little wide there. How very strange. And so he's picked up a little bit of damage, dropped down to 6th, but the Cashman fancies a bite as well. And this might be the end of Victor's challenge for promotion. Although there is no niggle, but Victor needed to be scoring well to catch Niggle up. He at this point has to drop points, whereas Niggle doesn't, and I think puts a bit of a chasm between the two of them. Cashman then going for the move. No, he isn't. Victor keeping him in his pocket whilst he gets himself back up to speed and chasing Slowpoke, who's found himself up into 5th place now, and following the Love Rocket. Inky catching up with Unforgiven, who has lost touch with Brisbane. Brisbane's gone into overdrive as he slides it around the corner. Are you watching League of Champions? As Unforgiven now has his hands full with Inky. Inky all up and in his business. 3 laps of this torture for these drivers, ladies and gentlemen, around the green hell, and Unforgiven white knuckling it, one would say, all the way around, just clinging on to that 2nd place as Inky and Love Rocket keep him in sight. Slowpoke seeming to catch up with them. Victor trying to get back on top. Oh, nice shot. I like it. I'm not moving while we're in a shot like this. Hubba. And then the Cashman in 7th. James Stevens moved himself up into 8th ahead of Biggie and Stealth. Stealth's looking to take that position back from Biggie, and Firepower just white knuckling it also, I believe, around here at Green Hell. Brisbane though, meanwhile, opening a buffer zone. Sorry, I need to have a sip of my hot brew. Oh yeah, that's good. That is a good one. Oh yeah, I'm rating that one a 9.2. That's a good hot brew. I've done well there. Inky though getting a bit of a wobble on, and Unforgiven now able to pull away slightly, and the Love Rocket is still in the shout for a podium. Slowpoke though, oh my god, has been caught by Victor and James Stephen. I thought it was the Cashman that was catching him, but no. Somewhere along the lines, Victor and James Stephen side by side all the way around the green hell they go. Slowpoke survives, against Victor and the Cashman that were applying a lot of pressure, ladies and gentlemen. And Slowpoke then clinging on at this point in the race as Victor, Senore Victor, comes alive and he wants Slowpoke's scalp. He kicks up the dust and he can't do too many risks because he's got James Stephen right in his chuff and he's ready to pick up some sim racing tears, if there be any. And this is crazy speeds around a twisty track, and Slowpoke wanting to slow it down. Victor getting stuck behind the early braking Slowpoke, and that gives James Stephen the absolute choice of getting by. Oh, he had a look underneath Slowpoke and decided against it. He's ended up bouncing up onto the curb, and now Victor's come alongside, but oh, a bit of car banging there, door banging. And Victor ends up a little wide. I don't know if it's from the door banging, but man alive, we've got some racing, ladies and gents. Slowpoke then in 5th, James Stephen, tenacious driving from the very rare derriere, and he is up into 6th place, and he is biting at the Slowpoke. Victor in 7th, the Cashman in 8th, Stealth is 9th, Firepower ahead of Biggie. Biggie is in the zone. He's in the demotion zone, and he needs to be having a James Stephen race, not what he's having at the moment. And Vodka Rob in the chat saying, good evening, sir. Brisbane absolutely owning it at the moment. We're still on the first lap. Ladies and gentlemen, Unforgiven and Inky have spaced themselves out somewhat, and Love Rocket looks to have dropped. Oh, he got air there, did Love Rocket. Beautiful stuff. I saw it. James Stephen has got himself ahead of Slowpoke, and now so has Victor. Slowpoke is in a free fall because the Cashman is having a look. So Slowpoke having a tricky section. And there is so many sections in this this track, it's hard to maintain it all the way around. And Cashman is very interested in what is going on. Bodcrob saying only 3 laps. Did they do 2 sprints? No, my friend. They'd already done 3 laps when they disconnected. And there was a vote in their group, and they wished to just finish the race, not redo the whole race. So they just doing the last 3 laps remaining on the card. God, my headphones have gone really ropey. At least they're still working, but I'm not getting any engine sounds. You are though, aren't you? Yeah, I'm not, but you are. Oh, is it time for another pair of Palm Beaches? Amazon, here I come. So Slowpoke giving the Cashman a tow up the hill here, and the Cashman then easily getting by. No, he doesn't. The Slowpoke comes back at the end of the straight, smashes it up the inside of the Cashman, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is how it is done. Stealth in 9th, Firepower 10th, Biggie in 11th. And Slowpoke then stays ahead of the Cashman. Victor chasing down James Stephen with the Love Rocket in 4th. Inky in 3rd. And Unforgiven in 6th. And Brisbane is in the League of Champions. And Vodka Rob in the chat saying, I see. Yeah, I've lost all engine sounds in my earphones. That is awful. At least the voice is still working though. Oh. I'll have to get a new set of headphones. So Brisbane absolutely destroying it with Unforgiven in 2nd place and Inky in 3rd. The Love Rocket is 4th. James Stephen just ahead of Victor. James Stephen absolutely throwing it, but Victor's having a look as we're back on the GP track. And James Stevens somehow, some way, keeping the Castrol BMW just ahead of the West. And he's giving Victor no room whatsoever to apply his skills. And Victor then, he's snubbed. He's kept in his corner. Nobody puts baby in a corner.
Did you get any snow where you are?
Love Rocket, still a chasing. We're in lap 2 now. And Inky then, oh, Unforgiven. Looks like he's not as fast as the Inkmeister there. Brisbane, absolutely destroying all that come against him. So James Stephen with Victor. Having a little glance with the wall. I wonder what's happened to the sound of these. I'm going to moan about it the whole stream, ladies and gentlemen. Because that's the kind of person I am. It's annoying. I like to hear the engines. So Victor then all over the back of James Stephen as we go through the tight, twisty Nordenschleife, the green hell. And there is no room to overtake, so I don't know what Victor's hoping for. Maybe just to pressure James and Stephen into a mistake. And Slowpoke at the moment just behind these guys, is he? Oh, I bet you, as I pull away, he's going to make a blooming move. Slowpoke, he seems okay. The Cashman has dropped back. The Cashman has dropped back from Slowpoke, so he gets to have a bit of breathing space. Stealth, he seems comfortable there, ahead of Firepower. And Firepower is comfortably ahead of Biggie. They've spaced themselves out a little bit down here. And Brisbane also deciding to space himself out. But Unforgiven still has Inky for company. And there ain't nothing he can do to get rid of him. Inky is on it. And Inky can taste second place here. And Unforgiven at the moment. Well, promotion looks very achievable to Unforgiven. There is no niggle. And it looks like Victor quite a bit behind now. Oh, the engine's come back. I leaned back. Don't move, thingy. Just stay where you are. So yeah, as Inky was closing up to Unforgiven, but obviously Unforgiven feeling more comfortable on the ye old track than the more modern GP track. It looks like the GP track, Inky is leaps and bounds faster than Unforgiven, but come onto the Schleife, and Unforgiven comes to life. The Love Rocket Rods, he has dropped back from those guys now, but he has a huge chasm before James Stephen, and Victor looks like he's having to back off from James Stephen a bit now. It was getting very close, very tight between the two of them. I thought there was a bromance starting to bloom, but Victor backing off, cooling down a little. Cooling down for this lap 2 of 3. Slowpoke, can he get himself back into the action? He's not that far away from those two ahead. If them two start having another race, another little banging session, then I think Slowpoke can close in on the pair of them. But it does look like James Stephen's stretching his legs now. He's looking like he's comfortable in his environment, and he's trying to sling one up near Love Rocket, hoping that the Love Rocket makes a small mistake. Oh, my engine sound's gone again. Oh well, it was nice while it lasted. Oh, and Vodka Rob in the chat asks, did you get any snow? No, I'm right on the south coast, man. I can actually see the sea. That's how close. It's too salty round here. Vodka Rob also says I've got a couple of decent passes, but it's a lot easier in a group 4. Wow, so go over, people. Find a Rufus's stream of League 3. That's what league we're in. League 3's round, and you'll see Vodka Rob pull some absolute bangers. Brisbane then, he looks natural, doesn't he? He just looks comfortable, mingling around the Nordschleife. It looks like something he's done many a time before. Unforgiven under pressure again. The Inkmeister has closed right up, and he is given Unforgiven a lot to think about. Unforgiven needing to deal with the green hell and a lucky strike all on his back. The boy is carrying a monkey on his back and I don't know, something, a lot of stress in front of him. Inky then chasing down Love Rocket. Oh, that was a beautiful transition. Love Rocket then a little further back with James Stephen on his own. He's dropped Victor. Victor is out now. Victor cannot keep the pace with James Stephen. He is annihilating it at the moment. He's killing it, ladies and gents. James Stephen having such a topsy-turvy season. Having some great results. Oh, look at him. He means business, ladies and gentlemen. He cares not about curbs. He cares not about apexes. He is driving beyond. So James Stephen absolutely owning it at the moment, and Victor struggling. Oh, you don't want to go out there on that green stuff. It's a bit slower. I was going to say Victor's being left in the dust, but now James Stephen attempting to drive in the dust has probably let Victor in a little bit. Slowpoke, who I thought was going to be catching those two, but he has drifted away from them, and the Cashman is lurking like a stalker in the background. Slowpoke, you're being stalked. Be careful. He likes it. He likes what you're putting out there. Stealth in 9th, Firepower in 10th. These guys are a little more spread out. I think things have happened. Adventures have happened. They've had side missions whilst playing. So Stealth, Firepower and Biggie all a little spaced out down there. Yeah, man. And here we go then. Brisbane goes into the final lap. His final lap of the League One, until he tastes the big boys and what they're putting out there. Unforgiven also looks like he is on his way, and Inky is giving him a good seeing to before he goes. He's letting him know what he's missing. So Inky all up in his business, won't let him go. Look, Inky really does like to close in on the actual GP track, and Unforgiven just clinging on, just about clinging on. Oh, Inky goes a little wide there though. Love Rocket comfortable in 4th. James Stephen though, is he closing in? I tell you what, James Stephen not that far away from the Love Rocket. Oh, well, yeah, he is. What do I say? But around Nordenschleife, that isn't really a big gap. Anything can happen. So James Stephen is trying to close in on 4th place, with Victor staying with James Stephen. He's not letting him get away. Slowpoke is being stalked by the Cashman, and there is still a fight to be had there, I believe. The Cashman can do this one. Stealth in 9th, Firepower in 10th, and the Big Meister crosses the line, start his final lap in 11th. And Brisbane, what an absolute banger of a season he has had. He's not won all of them. He's not had it all his own way. But the ones he has won with style and with grace and with panache. I have got a man crush on the Brisbane. He drives like a god. Be careful, League of Champions. Unforgiven in 2nd place, and still being hounded by Inky. And Inky wants that 2nd place. You can tell he wants to end the season on a high, because you know, no one had a chance against Brisbane in this championship. So finishing 2nd is as good as a win in League One. There goes the hot route. Oh yeah, that was champion. Oh, damn fine. Love Rocket. Another great result from Love Rocket. That might be enough to jump Paul. That might be enough to get himself up and into 5th place in the championship. And that is a great one. In this group of people to finish that high means that you are absolutely pro sim. James Stephen in 5th place. Oh, ho, ho! Victor has come back. I like the phoenix out of the flames. Signore Victor is on fire. He is lit. Oh, not there though. He's lost James. James looks like he's lost himself. Oh my G's. And there we go, Victor closing right in. And these two have had a battle of all time throughout this race. And what a crackerjacker we have had. So James Stephen just trying to cling on, as is Unforgiven from Inky, as they make their way around the final lap. Brisbane, he's out for a cruise, ladies and gentlemen. He's just taking it relatively easy up until the flag and savouring every last minute of League One. And what a phenomenal season we've had, I have to say. It has been an absolute pleasure covering such a great season with these guys. So in the chat, Vodka Rob saying, I'm on this track more than any other. I feel like if you can drive here, you can drive anywhere. And yes, that is true. If you master the Green Hell, there ain't no track out there that's scaring you, except for maybe Watkins Glen, because it's an arse of a track. Brisbane leads with Unforgiven in second place. Inky has kept him company throughout the race. We are about 4 minutes away from the end of this season, ladies and gentlemen. The Love Rocket in fourth, solid drive, with James Stephen in fifth ahead of Victor. And Victor, he's edging James Stephen. They've been having a lot of foreplay in this race, but I'm waiting for Victor to actually penetrate here. Then Slowpoke now under pressure from Cashman. Cashman's left it all to the end, and he's decided to go with a rush and a push on the last lap, and he's testing Slowpoke's mettle. He's seeing what he is made of, and Slowpoke has soaked up that pressure, and he is putting it out there. He can deal with it. Ooh, what's this? James and Victor again on it again. Look at them battle, ladies and gentlemen. We got battles up and down the pack. It is delicious, and this is what I'm gonna miss next season. Whatever league I go to, I hope they've got some of this, because I have got hooked. They have set a high bar for what I expect in my racing, ladies and gentlemen. How's Unforgiven getting on? See, Unforgiven, he seems to have pulled out a bit of a gap now. And, oh, Inky's lost him. He's binned it, but it looks like he saved it at the same time. The barrier helped him a bit there, and it looks like he might be safe, and that now takes all the pressure off of Unforgiven, and he can take this one home for a second place and promotion. Inky then still setting chase, though, not a man to give in too easily. I love Rocket Rods in fourth. James Stephen, he couldn't catch the Love Rocket, could he? He pushed and he pushed, but the Love Rocket was just too far away to be touched. Victor in sixth, with Slowpoke seventh. Looks like he has survived the cash onslaught, and now he's just getting on with his race. Stealth in ninth, Firepower in 10th, picking up a small penalty, and Biggie ain't messing in 11th. Brisbane then coming down the long straight, and this really has been his season. But I have heard rumour there are mighty sim racers he has to face next season in the new year, in the League of Champions, and apparently it's not going to be as easy as he's had it this season, although I don't think he'd say he's had it easy. And there we go, Brisbane takes his final win in League One. Well done, my friend. Unforgiven, comfortable ahead of Inky in the end, and that's Unforgiven as well. His probably last race in League One also, as he goes to the League of Champions. And Inky in third, secure for another season in League One. Superb stuff. Great podium, guys. Love Rocket also could be moving ahead of Paul. And he finishes in 4th place. James Stephen, what a drive from James Stephen from the very back up to 5th. Oh no, hang on. There is a tale to tell. There is a twist in the end as Victor crosses the line. Oh, Victor's already dropped behind James Stephen quite a bit there. I don't know what. He's already dropped back. So yeah, I don't know. Oh, Victor. Oh, was it a big one? I don't know. He's already got damage, hasn't he? He's got damage everywhere. Oh, he's had a big crash. Here we go. So he's chasing down James Stephen. No one's crossed the line. The back end goes. And he's fighting it, ladies and gents. Oh, that's cruel. He won. He got it on the track. You dog. You low dirty dog, GT7. He had that. He had that save. That you saw that, ladies and gentlemen. He had that one under control. GT7 did him dirty. You got done, Victor. GT7 did you dirty, bruv. So I think Victor could be... Oh, and it's all going wrong now for Victor. As Slowpoke, Cashman come rolling up. We've already seen the others cross the line, so we can watch these till the end. Brisbane's just taken his win again. And yeah, it looks like Victor playing survival up the straight. Slowpoke, Cashman chasing him down. James Stephen comfortable now as he comes into... I don't think we saw James Stephen cross the line. Did we see Love Rocket cross the line? But and they're all overtaking him on the straight. I think it must have been the damage for Victor. But yeah, Slowpoke and the Cashman both get Victor on the straight there. As Love Rocket crosses the line for 4th. Great stuff. James Stephen closed in, didn't he? 5th place. Then we have Slowpoke finishing in 6th, maybe, because the Cashman has not let him rest the whole race. And there we go. Slowpoke coming over the line to take a cracking 6th spot. And the Cashman keeping him company all the way. I think those guys in League One. Victor in 8th. What an unfortunate race for Victor there. As Stealth brings it on home. And he looks like he's going to be safe for another season in League One. Great racing from Stealth. Clung in there. Got the points when he needed to. And played the game of survival. He was definitely in the demotion zone. And he somehow got himself through. Firepower, I think, possibly, maybe on his way to League 2 next season for dominance. I would say dominance. So Firepower then bringing it around. The final sector in the Castrol car to finish in 10th place. And finishes 10th. Biggie also bringing it home, and I think Biggie may also be on his way to League 2 next season. But going down isn't a terrible thing, because it's finding your level. It's finding your level. Like in League 3, I'm mid-table, and I'm happy. I get some okay results. So it's nice. It's nice, the lower leagues. Trust me. So Biggie then getting himself a well-deserved 11th place. I'm sure he would be hoping for more, but around Green Hell, ladies and gents, what can you expect? Oh, that's a terrible shot. You not got a better one? Is that the only one? There you go. So Brisbane, another win, and that is the championship wrapped up for him. And he is definitely going to the League of Champions. Super well done to you, my friend. Vodka Rob in the chat saying, very dominant win. Congratulations. And he's told me I improved loads this season. Yeah, I liked the Porsche. I didn't like the Mercedes last year. The last season in the Mercedes was horrific. But the Porsche, it was fun. Excuse me. Right, that's it. We've crossed the I's and we've dotted the T's. We've had ourselves a very fun season. I'd like to say a huge thank you and well done to everyone that runs the Ultimate Racing League in the background. I think Unforgiven, Dirge View, and many others. A huge thank you to all of the commentators for their time and their effort. Anyone who sees this, please go and see the other guys. Give them a like, give them a subscribe. They put the effort in. It's well worth it. They do a very good job of what they do. Better than me, I would say. Some of them entertain me and make me feel ashamed that I pretend to do this. So please don't forget the other guys. If you aren't racing in the URL, you've got to ask yourself why. You've got until January, beginning of January, to get yourself signed up. And yeah, a time for reflection for you guys that aren't involved in the Ultimate Racing League. I don't think there's anything more to say. It's been a banger. Thank you to everyone who's raced in League One. You have given me some beautiful racing this season. You are all legends. And maybe I'll see some of you in whatever league I'm in next. I know, but I'm not at liberty to say. So yeah, don't forget, look out for Mark Wilson. I'm sure there's going to be another. We did one at the beginning of the season with all of the commentators in a. It's like a podcast, but on YouTube, just talking about the season ahead. Go back and listen to it in reflection, because people made some calls, and it'd be interesting to see if they got them right. And I think there'll be another one probably sometime to talk about the results and everything and the season that we've had. I've had a great blast. Thank you very much. This is my first full season of commentating in the Ultimate Racing League. I did a bit at the end of last season, but this is my first full season. I have absolutely loved it. I appreciate all of you guys that have put the effort in to watch, to chat, especially Vodka Rob. He is a star. Every stream he's there in the chat, but there's many others. Too many to mention. And that's it, I guess. It's just all left to say is Turu. Peace and love. Peace and love. Word to your mother.